Prime Minister, as we say in business, knows how to develop a strategy, how to manage a payroll, and how to create jobs, which is very important for the country of Haiti, of course, and all of us. His devotion to public service can also be evidenced by his dedicated work on behalf of the people of Haiti, serving the country as Minister of Foreign Affairs before, in the reconstruction efforts, working together with President Clinton, and currently as Prime Minister, working hard to bring an improving standard of living to Haiti, in other words, making a difference. Mr. Prime Minister, your School of Business, your faculty in the school, and students congratulate you for your leadership and for your dedication. Sir, you are a role model for our future graduates. Welcome, the floor is yours.
When I graduated from St. Thomas, I had no idea that one day I would be addressing you as the Prime Minister of Haiti. And I want to thank you all for being here to this highly important event and the closing of the Global Entrepreneurship Week. So it's a great opportunity for me to address you all today. If economic growth refers to an increase in the country's production of goods and services, of which the GDP is an indicator, sustainable development addresses the question of long-term viability of development strategies in relation to the scarcity of its resources. If so, then Haiti is the perfect classroom case study. Indeed, Haiti has a 52% of its people live in extreme poverty on less than $1 a day. High inequality of wealth distribution, 98.5% of deforestation. If all the three pillars of sustainable development need to be strong, then those pillars in Haiti today are weak. Economic, social, and environment development, we inherited a very weak outlook. The battles that my government wages every hour, every day, are the ones against these very problems. Extreme poverty, we're fighting and investing to reduce the number of people living in extreme poverty from 52% to 40%, so a reduction of 12% in the next 2 years. Illiteracy, right now, 85% of the population is illiterate. So we are putting a program together to teach how to read and write to over 1 million people. Endemic hunger, we are investing in our agriculture to reduce the hunger in the country. Social exclusion and critical erosion of our natural habitat. The social exclusion, we are working to come up with policies, more inclusive policies, in policies to include those that are currently outside of the society completely. The victims of the earthquake, we're building houses to put them. We're coming with policies that are more to create a society that's more just. Those challenges are daunting for any government, any statesman, and the president and myself are working tirelessly to address them. In the short, mid, and long-term sequence, we must first appease the stomachs and minds of our citizens and win their hearts as a way to keep the social peace itself, which is a fundamental prerequisite to advance on the other building blocks necessary to craft a modern state. In these times of rising food prices, the task is not easy. It's very difficult. And the most vulnerable ones are always the first to be hit. Our administration has taken every step possible to curb inflation, and those inflation trends are affected sometimes, and most of the times, by global events, sometimes natural disasters. But we need the international community to remain engaged. The second fundamental piece of the Haitian puzzle is strengthening the democratic institutions and improving the rule of law to maintain political stability. Advances have been made in that realm over the past year. The international community has recognized the progress that Haiti is doing. But this is not enough for the president and myself, as we are wholeheartedly committed to the agenda of reforming the state. And these two elements are necessary stepping stones to the third, which is long-term economic development. To attract the foreign direct investment, we must maintain the sound macroeconomic fundamentals, create a competitive framework, combat corruption, promote and institutionalize transparency and accountability, and abide by internationally accepted best practices. This is what we're working towards. What are the multilateral partners say about the progress that's happening in Haiti today? One, the Haitian economy is recovering after the earthquake. Our GDP is expected to grow to 6.5% annually over the coming fiscal years, making it one of the fastest growing GDP in the hemisphere. Domestic output is expected to grow stronger in the short run, driven by the construction industry. We are renovating 4 airports, building 200 kilometers of roads. We are constructing 164 sports centers all over the country, 140 new schools, 2 new theaters, a new industrial park, 2 new tourist destinations, and much more. Our fiscal position was better than anticipated due to significant increases in tax collection. Domestic revenues are expected to continue to rise if reforms undertaken by the customs and the fiscal authorities are sustained. We're working with the French fiscal authority and the IRS to improve the tax collection in the country. 4, Haiti's external position has improved with a somewhat stable current account balance in 2011 and 2012, while our gross international reserves has reached over $2 billion. 5, perceptions of government institutions, leadership, and levels of corruption appear to be improving. According to a 2012 Gallup poll, confidence in Haiti's national government has increased threefold in 2011, and perceptions of government corruption have dropped significantly. Steps to increase access to free education, make education accessible for all, combat extreme poverty, begin social protection programs to the most vulnerable are considered encouraging not only by the Haitian government but by some World Bank and multinational institutions. Apart from the multilateral and bilateral partners, Haiti has created a Presidential Investment Advisory Board with 35 international business and political leaders that advise our government on strategic initiative around 3 pillars. 1, economic policy reform. 2, investment attraction. And 3, image and promotion of the country brand. The economic policy reforms include several structural and regulatory reforms in key sectors, such as the energy sector. I just signed an executive order along with the president to open up and loosen up the energy monopoly in Haiti. Land property rights, investment protection, opening a business, insurance laws, as a way to make our economy more dynamic, competitive, and conducive to attract investment in our country. 2, the investment attraction in key sectors are estimated to modernize the country and creating durable jobs. 3, image and promotion initiative to bridge the divide between the perception and the reality. For instance, perceived as suffering from high crimes, perceived as an insecure country, when in actuality, Haiti is amongst the least violent countries in the hemisphere. The latest UN ranking on homicide rate that per 100,000 citizens, 6.8% are, out of 100,000 citizens, only 6.8 suffer from a crime. Lower than our immediate neighbor in the Dominican Republic, which stand at 24.5 per 100,000 inhabitants. And by far less than some violent Central American neighbors, which reach as high as 84 per 100,000. Today, in comparison, the US stands at 5.1 per 100,000 and Haiti stands at 6.8. So it's not as insecure as the perception shows it to be. They say that there is a lot of kidnappings in Haiti. Well, last month, there was less kidnapping than ever in the history. There was 4 kidnappings in a population of 10 million. Progress is the result of collective undertaking. We are working in close coordination with our international partners and engaging the civil society, the private sector, to join this effort. A strong coalition with the private sector, international as well as domestic, is fundamental and key to Haiti's success. After all, those are the economic forces that generate employment, drive growth, bring about innovation, and create wealth for the nation. We see them as partners in this economic reactivation. Those investors and entrepreneurs will find a government that is willing to engage them, work with them to improve the conditions which businesses operate in our country. In conclusion, my government is committed to improving all social, environmental, and economic indicators in spite of the challenges that nation building brings. Nation building is a marathon, not a sprint. It needs all stakeholders, and I mean all of them, engaged in a clear sense of direction, a clear sense of focus for development, for sustainable development. We today, President Martelly and myself, are laying the groundwork so that others can continue the most pressing task. You cannot change Haiti in 5 years, but we can start putting the groundwork for Haiti to change. The Haitian people deserve our very best effort and unconditional commitment, which we were elected to do. The president was elected with 68.5% of the vote, and in the latest opinion poll was at 74% approval rating. We are waiting for all of you, and I want to congratulate all of you this week on the Entrepreneurship Week. And the entrepreneur in general, an entrepreneur that comes with a good idea, that's focused, that focuses on execution, and that's discipline, can reach very, very high heights. And there's no borders as to where you can go. And like I said, when I graduated from this very university the next day, I was very panicked about where I was going to get a job. Little that I knew, I went on to open my business, that I did okay for myself, and I'm addressing you today as the Prime Minister of Haiti. So congratulations to all of you. Thank you for listening, taking the time to listen. Thank you for your attention, and thank you, St. Thomas University.